Hey, it is a G-Force Wednesday. Well, I tell you what, whatever happened on Monday created a little snowball effect on being able to get caught up on other meetings and other live streams, et cetera, et cetera. I'm not complaining. I'm just grateful that I was able to get back on today. Normally, we do this at 12:30 Central Time. And just wanted to come on today. Make sure that you're turning on your notifications for Friday, 1:30 Eastern, 12:30 Central. We are having an unbelievable guest on Friday, and you don't want to miss this interview. She's addressing a problem that many of us are not even aware of, or the depth of the problem. Not just here in the country, but in foreign countries. And I'll read her bio here in a minute. So just want to make sure you're turning on your notifications, sharing this out today. Let's see, share and tag. Here we go. Just make sure that you're tagging and sharing. This is a powerful message that we're getting out. And I just wanted to recognize Robert. Roger. Hi, Tom. Yeah, 1:30 Eastern. We're going to be interviewing this beautiful woman right here. And I hope I pronounce your name correctly. Banje Maloye. Banje Maloye. I'll just tell you a little bit. Is the founder of a nonprofit, End Child Marriages. Originally from Zimbabwe, Banje has witnessed a girl child being sold into marriage at a very young age, some as young as 10, to men in their 60s and 70s. Can't comprehend that. End child marriages focus on education in African countries, so the girls are not forced into marriages. Education equips them with the tools necessary for success. Today, Banje runs her charity from her Philadelphia home area, and we'll be sharing more about what she's doing and helping these young girls be able to get to school and be able to be productive in their culture through education. So I think everybody should know about this and be aware of it on a worldwide basis. It's not just isolated. It's a problem everywhere. So selling young girls for marriage, that's slavery, the best way you can put it. So you definitely want to turn on your notifications and hear this interview. Today, my day got behind me, and I was going to really start diving in to start with why. Simon Sinek. Now, it's important in all areas of your life, not just in business. I'll talk from the business perspective. People really don't care what you do and how you do it, how many degrees you have. All those things. People really care about why you do what you do. And that's true in everything that we do in building relationships, your purpose in life, your walk in life. When you get clear on your why, things change around you. Just like when you understand gratitude, things start changing. And so I was going to get into the lesson today, but the time didn't allow. So, but we want to make sure you understand your why. I remember when I was starting, I've been in business 1983. I was in financial service arena, and I did things for a reason and a purpose and a cause. And that propelled me. And I didn't recognize that passion to my why was the reason I was having success. I communicated it in my passion and the way I spoke, the way I walked, all those things, my belief system of helping people. But I didn't really understand it until about four years ago, when a good friend of mine, also a consultant, taught me the principles, understanding the power of this. He takes Simon Sinek's principles and teaches people how to craft their why, how to do that, create that why statement in 5 minutes, how to do it in a 1 minute or 30 second, what you would call an elevator's pitch. So people know that you're different and they will seek you out. How many times you go to a networking event and people are all chatting about what they do? You know, I'm a CPA and I specialize in tax fraud, and I'm a doctor and I'm a foot doctor and I'm a surgeon and I'm an insurance guy and I help people better understand 401. Guess what? There's no differentiation there. Why should I seek you out when you sound like everybody else? But if you can craft your why and not tell people what you do on the front end, they will follow you. They will seek you out if they have that need. It's your why. It's more important. People don't care about what you do and how you do it. They really care about why you do what you do. And when you live it, then you become a magnet of all the resources you'll ever need. All the customers, all the clients that you'll ever want will be seeking you out because they want to do business with people that they can relate to, understand your purpose, and it's not a transactional relationship. It becomes a personal relationship, and that's key. That's key. And me coming from a sales background of 40 years, it was all about selling, all about transactional, all about this. But I really had a passion early on about finances and helping people win with money. And because there's a lack of knowledge. People are ignorant in this country about how to win with money. Just look at the statistics. And because I was passionate about my story, and changing my life around, I wanted to share how I won financially with other people. So that became my driving force. When I moved into coaching, it's all about helping people improve their lives. I had a great conversation with somebody who's going to be a guest in a few weeks. I won't make that announcement, but I asked him, what's the driving force about what you do? And he says, and he runs several businesses like myself, many businesses. And people always ask him the same things they ask me is, how do you have the energy? How can you do what you're doing? And he says, I keep it real simple. I just want to help people in the moment I'm with them. And that could apply to each one of his business. How can I help you? And that is understanding your why. His mission is to help people solve the problem in the areas, and he just listens. And guess what? People will flock to you. So that's the power of why. The power of why. When you get clear on that, things change in life, change in your business. You start drawing like energy, like-mindedness, people seeking you out because of what you have to offer or contribute. If you're coming from a why place, you're coming from a gratitude space, the universe will start bringing things into your life. And it's been a big, hard transition for me, 30 some years. Most of what I look at how I conducted business, it was all transactional. Today, I've really moved to my why, and all my business is all about why. How can I help you win with money? How can I help you get into a business? How can I help you improve your cash flow? How can I help you reduce costs? How can I help you change your mindset? How can I help you with your health? These are all the areas that I work in, and that's my why. How can I help you? Great, Robert. Great comment. You have that on audio, Simon Sinek's book. What Robert's sharing there is that to grow, you have to follow people that understand why. So So again, let's turn on your notifications. I'll share my why. I was going to play a video, but I'm going to just give you a couple minutes here. And when it comes to my personal development, I got clear why I would do. And I understood why I was being held back in my own space. And these two elements were the things that when I understood how to get through them, then I wanted to share it with other people, because there's many of you out there that may have the same story. I shared with this on Monday. Most people talk about the thing that holds you back is fear. No, fear is just something natural that keeps us alive. The fear of the truck running the red light, the dinosaur or the bear or whatever wants to eat you, those are legitimate fears. Those are preservation. But the real reason people are struggling is not a fear. It's lack. The fear of not having enough. Complacency. So I'm going to be I'm bringing in a person that taught me that concept here recently and have him explain it, because he can do a much better job. I'm still trying to digest that. But in reality, what I've been teaching and saying, it is lack. Lack of self-confidence, lack of belief in yourself, lack of money. And there's infinite supply of all those if you just open your mind to it. So the reason people are struggling in life is not clear on their why. They don't have a strong place of gratitude, and they're operating from a place of lack. Those exceeding a much higher level, when you really get into it, they don't have lack mentality. So people are stuck, not because of fear, but because of lack in some area of their life. So going to my story, my parents grew up in the Depression era. And so my stepfather married my mother and took on the responsibility of raising 4 children, not his own. And my mother grew up in a very poor family, and my father was a farmer, grew up in a lack mentality. My stepfather, I mean. And the conversations in the house was never about prosperity. It was always about lack. We can't do that because, people that have money, they're different or they're special. We're meant to toil. We're meant to work hard. We're meant to suffer. I remember some of these conversations. It was never about prosperity. And I remember one conversation as, in a small house, my mom and dad were having a conversation. My mother was wanting something, and I don't recall what it was, but it was something important to her. And he made the comment, "We can't afford it. We don't have the money." In retrospect, I look back that he probably did, but he had a lack mentality. He says, one of the reasons I married you, besides loving you, is to make sure your children had a roof over their head, clothes on their back. And I remember that conversation. I thought I was the reason for lack. Being a young person, what we hear and how we take it, how we interpret it, how we start seeing the world was formed early in my life. Lack. There's not enough. We're limited. Make sure your children have a roof over their head, clothes on their back, and food on the table. We can't do any more. And I thought I was the responsibility for lack. And that carried into my performance in my adult life and my careers and all the things I did. I always outperformed, but I still I couldn't get past this hump. And that was that lack mentality and belief system. And I have 2 learning disabilities. Audio dyslexic, which means I hear it when I try to write it down. If I was actually your phone number, email, and had to write it down, I may have to ask you 4 times. And that, I tell you what, is frustrating from my side. But today I own it. I have fun with it, but I've gotten over it. But it's audio dyslexia. I didn't think I was smart. I think there was something wrong with me. And I have mild ADHD and ADD. So I chased Sylvia. Concentration affected how I operated in school. And my greatest fear was to come to the blackboard, Mrs. Woods, would say, Tommy, come up. And when it's Tommy, that's what they used to call me. I knew I was in trouble anytime they used my name, Tommy. I would like you to do the math problem. Now, I knew it in my mind. I could see it. I had, I studied. I knew it. But getting it from my mind to the blackboard, that writing, was a stumbler. I couldn't do it. And this was an ongoing thing. And I didn't see myself being smart. My friends were laughing at me, the classmates, how kids are. I didn't think I was smart. And then one day, Mrs. Woods had me to come up and do I remember distinctly, to write and diagram a sentence. You had to do the diagram thing. And I froze. And then she lost it, her frustration. She had no intention to hurt me. And she said, Tom, are you dumb or something? It just reaffirmed what I believed about myself. So those two elements were deep in my emotional side, and I operated at a subconscious level. And it sort of led to this story here, is that it was, my parents didn't have money, and I had a goal to become a football coach. Matter of fact, I excelled at a high level in football and other sports when in high school. I was in a freshman and sophomore years, I was already being recruited by Division I schools for football. But in my junior year, I got an injury. I got a neck injury. And I came back in my senior year. Guess what happened to all the scholarship offers? They started disappearing because I was damaged goods. And I said, my dream is shattered. I didn't believe I was smart enough to go to college on academia alone. And I knew I didn't have the money because my parents didn't have it. So I says, I resigned from that, going after that goal. Lack. See, going back to the lack. I lacked belief that I was capable and smart enough to go to school. I lacked the concept about money. And those things haunted me. And they haunted me so much that in my life, I turned to drugs for a short period of time. And then things changed. Somebody came into my life, gave me some coaching and counseling, helped me understand how to win with money. I got a passion to go into that industry and teach people how to win. So it was clearly defined when I got clear on my why. Things changed in my life, and I went out and performed in that area. Helping people became my football field because I had a passion to play football. I had a passion. That was my goal and dream. But because my own beliefs held me back, and I gave up on my dream. I never want people to give up on their dreams, their purpose, and their why. And what's holding you back is lack. And that's where coaching comes in. I could have never gotten to where I'm at today if I didn't have mentors come in that cared and wanted to help me. That's what I offer you, my why, in anything I do. So if you'd like to reach out to me, you can contact me, message me on Facebook, my contact information, and my email and all that, I believe, is here. But you can always reach out to me, message me. But keep in mind, people care about not what you do and how you do. They care about why. And your why is the most powerful thing they'll carry. And having a heart of gratitude, watch everything change. It's not fear that's holding you back. It's your lack. I had two major areas of lack: of money, belief, and lack of self-image. Lack of I'm not smart enough. Guess what? When I take the SATs and all those things like that, I go off the chart. But I let those things hold me back. Lack. So hopefully today you got this message, and that you share it out and give somebody some hope. That's why I kept getting rear-ended in the car until I realized that was my father's belief, not mine, and let it go. And no one has ever rear-ended me since. I am facing a lack of enough in my budget. Not so much, but it's something. Robert, I'd love to talk to you about how to tweak that thinking just a little bit. And he says, yes, Simon's book is on audio. So if those that they want to get that book, I highly encourage it. There you go, Robert. Thank you very much for all your comments. So with that all said, everybody have a blessed day. Gratitude. It eliminates negativity, gives you different perspective, gives you hope. Be grateful for this moment. This is the most valuable time that you have in your life. Make it the best. Not perfect, because there's only one thing that's perfect in this world, and we're trying to obtain that. Okay? But do your best in this moment, because what you think about this moment and what you do in this moment dictates the next moment. And the next moment will dictate your future. We signing out. Be grateful for this moment, G-Force. Figure out all my buttons here today, so.